Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Manti. U.S. Senator from New Jersey, Cory Booker, was on that stage the other night and gave an exhilarating speech. Many people at the Wells Fargo Center said a star is born, possibly a future president. We got to speak with Cory Booker just a little while ago. Senator, great night last night. How do you feel about it?
I really feel energized. I think that the First Lady was transcendent, and I think it really set the tone for what I think is going to be a great rest of the convention.
Who called you after your speech?
You know what? I went up to sit with the President Clinton and my mom and John Lewis. It was just a great group to be with afterwards.
What did President Clinton say to you?
He was incredibly generous with his words, overly generous with his words, and it was just really wonderful to be able to sit and watch Bernie and Elizabeth Warren and Michelle Obama with that group and with my mom.
What do you make of what's happening right now?
This is a very, very special convention. I mean, we're literally moments away from making history. The first ever in the history of our country major party to nominate a woman. This has got to be something that's going to touch any American, no matter what your party, no matter what your affiliation. It's just an exciting moment in history.
And last question, are you confident that the Bernie Sanders delegates are going to come back home, that they're going to support Hillary Clinton?
Well, I've seen the polling numbers, upwards of 90+% are already saying they're going to vote for Hillary. But more than that, this is a big ticket party. Senator Menendez and I have 22 colleagues that are Republicans that didn't even go to their convention. We're a big tent. We got everybody in here. Sometimes there's a little friction when you get a lot of people together, but the reality is this party has a big tent. Everybody's ideas are being incorporated. Bernie certainly made a big difference here. We should all be celebrating this.
It was an amazing speech by U.S. Senator Cory Booker, but right now let's go across the river to Delaware. Congressman John Carney cast the votes for Delaware. He very well could be the next governor of the first state. I got to talk to him right after he cast the votes. Delaware's right there. And he talked about the Bernie Sanders delegation and his good friend, Joe Biden. So is this Bernie Sanders' last stand?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I think the Bernie Sanders people brought some real excitement to the party. There was a coming together over some of the issues that he stood for in the platform. So we need to unite the party, bring that energy to the Clinton Kane ticket, and win in November.
So the excitement's a good thing, you're saying. This isn't discord.
I think it is. I mean, if we can unify behind that excitement and behind the Clinton Kane ticket, yes, it will be a good positive
And you
thing.
have no doubt in your mind that all of these Bernie Sanders people, both here and on the streets, who are so upset?
I can't speak for the Bernie Sanders supporters who don't come from the state of Delaware, but I'm pretty confident that my friends in Delaware who support Bernie will get behind the Clinton Kane ticket, particularly when they think about the alternative.
I couldn't leave you without talking about Joe Biden. He has a speech coming up. He has 40 years of service to this country. What does this convention and that night when he speaks mean?
Well, it's going to be really special, and we'll have mixed feelings, I think. We all love Joe. He's been through so much. He's given personally so much to our state and our country now. Probably one of the best vice presidents ever. He served so well for 36 years in the Senate for our state. We love Joe, and it's going to be a bittersweet night. But he's not going to hang it up, if you will. He's going to be committed to his cancer moonshot and all the things that the legacy that he and Bo created in our state. And I'm sure we'll see more from Joe, certainly in Delaware, and I hope that's the case.
It's more than even money that you're going to be the next governor. If that happens, are you going to push to get Joe Biden to come to the state and center his moonshot effort to cure cancer in the state of Delaware?
Well, we're already doing that. We have elections for a reason, and so I don't want to get ahead of myself there, but he had a moonshot liftoff, if you will, that went out nationally. We had our own thing in Delaware. We've been doing a lot of exciting things since 2001 to address cancer issues in Delaware. We're going to get Joe to come back. His son, Bo, has a foundation that's working on public safety issues around children, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of Joe, that's for sure, and I hope that's the case.
It would be wonderful and appropriate if Delaware was the center of the Joe Biden and Bo Biden.
Well, you know, I'd also like to see something at the University of Delaware dedicated to Joe. That was his alma mater. It would be a perfect thing for the university to create some sort of center in politics or public service. in the College of Public Administration, which is where I got my master's degree. I'd love to see something there named after Joe and dedicated to the work that he's done for our state and for the country.
Sounds like they're already working in a library, right?
I imagine they would be, yes.
Our coverage of the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia continues right after this.